record.
There we go.
Way! And let's get started on this week's edition of the Mesmerise podcast. We have We Punch Tigers.
Good afternoon, evening, and good mornings. I don't know where people are and when they're listening.
One day they'll be listening at some point.
Exactly.
Mainly because
Cover
Carol
all
Baskin's
bases.
going to be pissed off at you guys.
Yeah, fucking Carol Baskin.
I've even got in my notes, make Joe Exotic joke, just because I don't get many
Just
bands
because.
that have Tiger in the name, so it's kind of a must at this point.
You've held them all back just for this moment.
I haven't even watched that.
How have you not watched it?
I don't know.
Oh, because
Is he dead or is he?
No,
He's in
in prison.
He's in prison.
Yeah.
Right.
He's getting all the
This is
dick
going to
that
turn
he ever
into a Joe
wanted.
Exotic podcast.
He's getting all the things he ever wanted.
He's getting all the
Except
dicks
for
he
either-
ever wanted.
Oh,
the
right.
bits,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Fair
And he
enough.
doesn't have to coax them with drugs to do it this time either.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, doesn't need to crystal meth them up
Fair dues.
or buy them weird Jeeps.
No.
The worst part was the guy, was it Trevor? The young one
Travis.
that...
Don't act like you don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing is, no, seriously, I've got a colleague at work called, his name is Travis. And for like a whole year, I just kept calling him Trevor. He never corrected me because he just thought it was
It's not like
hilarious.
this really cool, trendy name, and you're going, "You're right, Trev."
I think if you don't do that immediately, then it always becomes awkward. doesn't it?
Really awkward.
So,
Yeah.
he's
Correct him in the first
Yeah.
3 times. After that, you're done.
I'm just awful at names anyway. I don't even bother remembering at this point. It's like, hi, you.
Dude. It's everyone. You right, dude? Done.
I do call everyone dudes, and it's usually women that get really pissed off. It's like, I'm not dude. I'm a lady. So no, I call everyone dude.
Yeah.
It's not a gender thing. I just call everyone dude
It's everyone
because I
dude, yeah.
can't learn anyone's name.
As soon as you said that, I had Aerosmith in my head, though.
Yeah.
Dude, looks like a leader.
It's not about
No,
Vince
still-
Neil. No, it's about the guy from Poison, isn't it?
Oh, Brett Michaels.
Yes,
Is that?
that's it.
Yeah.
The guy from Rock of Love.
Did
Somehow
you say, yeah, that'll do? Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something around them names.
Yeah.
It's bad that my generation knows Brett Michaels more for a reality dating TV show than Poison.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things that people know about celebrity dating shows and stuff that they really shouldn't.
Mm.
Like the fact that they shouldn't exist.
I don't know much Poison though. Talk Dirty to Me. That's one of their songs, isn't it?
Oh, I'm glad you said it was a song title.
Every
So it's
rose
just
that's
Cherry
changing
Pie.
the podcast.
We're forgetting about Cherry Pie, their greatest hit.
Isn't that Warrant?
Huh?
That's Warrant, wasn't it? Cherry Pie.
That's like,
What was it?
she's my cherry pie. No, that's Poison. Sure it is. The only
what's
reason I
that?
even know that is because I played Guitar Hero when I was like 12.
And the truth comes out.
Exactly.
The truth
Loves
comes
Joe
out.
Talking about dating shows on MTV as well. That's also how I discovered Flavor Flav. He had the same
Really?
show. They had a TV show called Rock of Love, and originally it was Brett Michaels. He had like 2-3 seasons, and he'd always go for like the overly tattooed chicks with with the big marmosets, but he would play them all out.
He had a type.
The best part was they were like, oh, I felt really connected, and then you've got like literally 2 seconds later, you just see him getting sucked off by one of the other contestants. It's like, this is so fucking 80s. This is great. Then you got Flavor Flav. He just wears his big ass fucking clock and Viking helmet wherever he goes, even in a hot tub. It's like,
And
what the
still
fuck?
looks like the coolest guy out there.
Yes, it's still the coolest guy in the room.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
besides MTV going downhill completely and not even playing music anymore, let's talk about music. The music of We Punch Tigers. So, you guys have recently released another EP, haven't you?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good. You answered my question.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we did.
Oh, no,
yeah,
I was asking a question. Did you guys release? No, no, I'm fully aware. On that regard, so you guys Yeah, you guys recorded this during lockdown, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah,
is
we were
right.
just
Good.
mucking about with the 8-track. Really, that's why it's all just. It's a bit sketchy, but you know, we thought we'd share it, and it's, you know, it was either that or another acoustic live stream, and nobody needs any more of those. Really, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't have too many people covering "About a Girl" by Nirvana.
Well, this
Well-
is true. But we have had the definitive cover, haven't we? So nobody can beat the old. What's his name? Where's in it?
Yeah.
You can't beat that version.
Well, you can. You want to, but you're not allowed to.
No, it was genius.
Yeah. Yeah. We recorded it during lockdown because we were a bit bored and wanted to try and see what we could do just by doing like a home recording. So yeah, it's not the best recording. It was recorded in my kitchen, which is where we are now. And then I edited it on some like free software. But it's just kind of an idea that we wanted to put out there, and then we know that if we do a studio recording for it, what we need to do to make it less shit, basically.
I like that though. The general excuse for actually putting music out there. I was fucking bored, so I recorded it and released it. Done. But that's the thing, it's punk as well. You guys fall under the punk moniker, so you guys can get away with potentially doing something that would sound shit. I found it sounded all right.
Yeah, I
Very
mean,
kind. We will take that.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah,
that is
sounded
a
all right.
That's what she
solid
said.
3 out of 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the name of your sex tape. Yeah.
I've always said, as long as someone says to us that wasn't shit or anything along those lines, I'll take it. I'll take that as a compliment. But it sounds all right. If I thought it sounded completely terrible, I probably wouldn't have rushed it out in 72 hours. I might have kept it back for a bit longer. But yeah, no, it sounded all right, I think. We've got another track that we didn't put on there, which I love it because it sounds like it was recorded in my kitchen. There's no professionalism about
So
it.
is that?
Nothing to say.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of recorded just a guitar, and we've done the drums over it. And I think it's actually out of time, so I put some lyrics over it and almost pulled it back together. But that'll be something that we'll either release as it is, or we'll re-record it and drop it another time.
Nice. Yeah, eventually it'll come out.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just like that.
A bit like Elton John.
Yeah.
They always said eventually it will come out. One day he did.
Yeah.
Big time.
Did he? I never knew that. Thought he was
No.
a straight one. Film had me all thrown off.
It's very easy to release.
He just likes to shag blokes because he's that hetero. It's too.
And that's it. Yeah.
It's for dominance.
It's so straight he's doing it ironically.
Yeah, fuck blokes, ironically.
Yeah.
I really.
In the bum, ironically.
I might do that when pubs open up like fully, when everything's like open again. I think I will just do that. I think I'll just go in and just like, yeah, I fuck blokes, ironically. It's not that fucking tough.
I'm that hard. I'll let you beat me up, ironically. See how far that takes you.
But God. What was I going to say? Yes. In regards to music, I've noticed a lot of them do start with the bass line as the intro. Is that from a heavy Dead Kennedys influence?
That is from when we first started, I wrote most of the songs and started on the bass, and it just morphed that way. And, because there's because we've only ever been 3-piece maximum, I think we quite like the bass cutting through quite loud as well, quite up front, which I suppose, like you say, quite a lot of punk bands do, don't they? Have that nice bass in there. And
it's just a deep guitar to us.
Exactly.
Really, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I play it like a guitar rather than a bass anyway most of the time. So it's just get it in there, get it loud, and create that sound really. and it seems to have stuck with us for a while.
Yeah, I think it works well. It works well. I think the thing between us is obviously I do drums and vocals, and then I'll use his alias Nigel. Nigel on bass. He starts them all off, and we find the rhythm between ourselves. Because if anyone's seen us live, if you listen to our music on a recording, it's quite fast. But if you listen to us live, it's even faster. So we find this sort of natural rhythm, and it's easier if he starts, and then I can just pick up on the speed he wants to go. So yeah, it sort of makes it a bit easier for us. But it's mainly to do with the writing process.
Yeah, because it does sound. Is it something that's intentionally done, or is it just something that just happened to come about?
I think it was probably a natural development, really, to be honest. I mean, it's probably some sort of subconscious influence from what we listened to, I reckon, but it was just the way we started writing them, and we kind of just carried it on in that way, and that's just how it picked up, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, I think it works for us, and I think that because it works for us, it was just something that we continued to do. But to be honest, I've not actually noticed. I have sort of like from when we're practicing and stuff, but I didn't really think it was a theme throughout. So well done for picking up on that, Danny. Well done. It's like Mark's top of the class. Polish an apple.
You win a T-shirt.
Yeah.
T-shirts for everyone.
Used to be.
Not our band T-shirt.
It's just a T-shirt.
A T-shirt.
Just random T-shirts.
Yeah.
Just throws out a random Baby Yoda T-shirt into the crowd.
That's it.
Done. I'm sure people would appreciate it more than our merch, though.
Okay, so I remember you saying this during one of the Essex Bands United meetings up at the Railway Hotel.
Yeah.
I think you were saying like how you guys made your own merch and started chucking it into the crowd.
Yeah, when we first started, we it was just we wanted to have some kind of not a unique selling point. We just wanted to do something a bit stupid and outlandish. So I used to take balloons and inflatables, glow sticks and stuff, and throw them out so that it was more of a party. And then we didn't go and get official merch, or not official merch, but like proper merch. So we used to just like vinyl plot T-shirts at home. And just throw them out into the crowd, because we always thought if it looked like loads of people were wearing our merch, we might actually be doing something good. Yeah, I think that's all it was. It's like, oh look, they're wearing our band T-shirt. Yeah, look at all these band T-shirts around, and no one really cared what they were. It's just we tie-dyed them for 4 hours, and they look quite cool.
That's something you could do now, really. Just go around in the car or bicycle, wherever your preference of vehicle is. Start just throwing T-shirts at people's doors.
You'll just find all the homeless people in Basildon wearing We Punch Tigers T-shirts.
They'd throw them back.
Even they wipe their arse on them. They'd just be stuck in bushes.
Come on, don't be arrogant.
Yeah, but it's the bushes that'd be wearing the T-shirts then.
Oh,
so multiple use.
Look at the positive spin that you've got on this. Some poor kid would be looking for the porno in a bush and just find a shit stained with tiger skull.
I mean, do you even find woodland porn anymore?
I don't, and I search often.
I mean, people just leave their smartphones in the woods.
Yeah.
People to find.
Just open on X Hamster or whatever. Oh, new age porn bush. Sorry, porn bush. That made me chuckle.
I wonder, new age porn bush. I wonder if that domain's taken.
I don't know. Google it.
I'm googling it on my phone rather than on my computer.
Yeah, don't
I get rid of my phone
work-wise.
after a while.
Yeah.
Was it New Age Bush?
New Age porn bush.
Oh yeah, that was it.
You've got to put porn in, otherwise you're not getting anything.
Well,
sounds like the name of a grindcore band.
That would be so good.
That sounds like
just an album.
Yeah.
New Age
Okay, nothing's
Born Bush by
coming
the
up on
Smiths.
Google.
Even
Let's
better.
try.
Oh, it'd be great if it was by the Strokes.
And the way,
New Age
the
Born
way
Bush
you
by the
said that
Strokes.
sentence, Danny, it was like the next one was going to be, but on the dark web.
Yeah. Let me just dial in.
No, it doesn't exist. It's
There we
the
go.
domain has not been taken.
There we go. Trademarked. We Punch Tigers.
Find out all the latest We Punch Tigers news on newagebushporn.com.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah.
Of course it'd work. It'd work.
Talking about domain website domains, I remember Cradle of Filth. I think their domain for years used to be something like yearofthedragon.co.uk. It's like, why? So after I saw that, I spent hours looking for songs and references about dragons. It's like, there must be some kind of fucking reference here. I'm
No,
just not
it's just they knew they could have it for 4 years before it became relevant again.
But
I quite like Cradle of Filth. I think they're good.
they're fun.
Yeah.
What's that? They did one album that was like a real hardcore punk album, didn't they? I can't remember what one it was. It was like back in the, I think it was in the
Was it? They
90s,
did quite
maybe
a
early
punky one a
2000s.
few years back in the, I think 2014. It was like Hammer of the Witches or something.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good. I think.
You're quite eclectic on your music anyway, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think they're good. Definitely. And I listened to Manson's new one today as well. His new album. I quite like that. It's a bit more chilled, but I quite like it.
I only heard
Yeah,
the
what's it
title
called?
track.
We are the chaos. Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We Are
it's
Chaos.
good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's definitely
I
Bond
enjoyed
theme,
it.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good.
What
Yeah,
was
quite
it?
good.
What is it like? Because I'm very much a fan of the Antichrist Superstar stuff, like the really
it's
aggro
like it.
industrial shit.
Like the industrial. Nice. It's more kind of. It's quite mellow. There's quite a bit of acoustic guitar on there. There's some pianos, quite atmospheric, a bit bluesy. Yeah, it's kind of the pace has come off of some of them, but that doesn't hurt it. I think it's really good. You know, it's not like you say, it's not like in your face like Antichrist Superstar or like Rocky's Dead or Fight Song or stuff like that or Mob Scene. It's like the brakes have been pumped a bit on that, but it's not. I enjoy it a lot. It's good.
That's not bad then. Not bad. I'll give it a listen at some point. I'll be heavily disappointed. I'll cry.
Well, if you go in expecting like 10 versions of The Beautiful People or something, you will be disappointed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
To say We Are Chaos was a good track. So I haven't heard the album yet, but it's probably what I'd expect he would call experimental, or it's the fact that he's getting on a bit now. He's getting a bit old, isn't he?
I think he worked with a country guitarist on it.
Oh, did he? Please say it's Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh, I'd love to hear him do Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh, that would actually. I'm thinking about it now, and in my head, it sounds fucking amazing.
It would sound so good.
He's done so many covers, it wouldn't surprise me if
Yeah.
it's tucked away somewhere.
It's probably in his karaoke 101 listing.
We all through the heart, my achy breaky heart, you understand.
That's exactly it. With this new atmospheric style as well, yeah, just loads of reverb and a bit of strings in the background.
And the music video obviously will be Miley Cyrus just twerking on the side between them.
On her wrecking ball with Marilyn Manson makeup on. Straight black hair and red eyes.
No, she'll be wearing a full corpse paint thing just to fuck with all the black metal kids.
And that'd just be her after a little session. Oh, we filming today? I didn't even realise.
Like, wow, Miley, you're amazing. Thank you. What do you mean?
Yeah, I've only just rocked up. What's happening here? Love it.
Have you guys seen the latest Steel Panther music video?
No.
It's called Let's Get High Tonight, and the whole band is dressed like black metal guys, like with the corpse paint, everything, with spikes, and just like, the entire thing is just them in the fucking woods, just dressed as black metal guys, just singing about getting high and shit.
We know what they're looking for in the woods.
New age porn
There you go.
merch.
There you go. That's the part 2 video. That is.
That's it. Look at that little segue circling back.
How old is Marilyn Manson's 51 now?
There we go. See, I heard a story about how he got started, and I assume it's true because Alex told me it. And if he's
Not the Wonder Years one. That's
no, not the Wonder Years one. Although that was brilliant, wasn't it? He was in the
Is
Wonder
that
Years.
the one about the ribs?
No, not even that. This is about Marilyn Manson used to write for. Everyone probably knows this, and I only found out the other day. Used to write for a music magazine, a really popular music magazine, and in his columns, he used to write about this underground artist called Marilyn Manson. And like no one knew who it was, and he was sort of saying, "Oh yeah, you know, Marilyn Manson's doing this and he's doing that, and oh, he's got this he's got this gig that's going to sell out really quick, so you should all go and buy tickets."
It was him.
And it was like no one knew it was him, and they all turned up to this like little venue, 400 capacity, sold out. He got up on stage with just a laptop and some backing tracks, and then just performed, and that was his first gig, 400 people sell out because he'd put it in the magazine.
Fucking lads.
That's in it, exactly. I was like, baller.
Takes some conkers.
I know, but like just to sort of, maybe it was a social experiment or something, but it definitely worked, didn't it? But I mean, if that's true, that's awesome, isn't it? A little bit of abuse of power, but massively awesome.
That he went up there with a laptop back in like 1996. It must have looked like 6 Etch a Sketches glued together.
Well, yeah, I mean, it might not have been a laptop, it might have just been some like backing tracks on on a double 8
Give me
reel.
20 minutes while I boot it up. Get the little Intel bar.
Turned up with like a cinema projector.
It just makes me think of Peep Show. It's like, it's outrageous. It's there's like random over the top rave music.
Yeah.
You just see Marilyn in like random bits of women's lingerie dancing, but like completely off beat. It's like, yeah, everybody get into it. Like a really fake British accent as well.
And one of those like,
Yeah, the old foghorns. And a few whistles that glow in the dark. That don't work because you got them from the powder.
you just end up swallowing them.
Yeah.
And just
Blow your
before the
whistles.
drop, all you hear is DJ. It's
Yeah.
Does that like Fatboy Slim thing where it comes from the back of the swing? Like,
Yeah. It writes it all on, what was it, DJ 2000 or something? The Music 2000 on PlayStation
Yeah.
1.
Put a donk on
It's
it,
got the
Marilyn,
same
put
generic
3
link.
donks on it.
Love it.
Oh, you know, every now and again, he just had a bit of vocal, just said "baby" into the mic.
Yeah.
Baby.
Tonight.
12.5 minutes of sound.
Yes. But yeah, that is true. That is an amazing origin story.
X-Men Origins, Marilyn Manson,
Yeah.
with even more shitty Deadpool that nobody wanted and get it completely wrong.
But then totally redeem itself about
Was
a
he in
decade
it? Was
later.
he in it before?
Yeah, they'd done
I don't know.
Deadpool as Ryan Reynolds, but they done the whole sort of, they sewed his mouth shut, and it was just pointless. It was pointless. It was terrible.
I thought it was a really cool way of doing it, but yeah. I liked the film. I thought it was great.
No, I didn't like it. Because the whole point of Deadpool is that he is gobby, and they only had him as the sort of the motor mouth when he was Wade, and he was only Wade for about 20 minutes in the whole film.
Oh, okay.
And then they made him into Weapon X, which I guess was the nice thing because he was Weapon X, he wasn't Deadpool in it, so that's how I guess they could change it around a bit. But
yeah, and then he just got so fed up with comic book films that he went and did Green Lantern.
Green
Which is a
Lantern, which I'm
masterpiece.
sorry, I enjoy the film.
And so did
It's
I. It's
so
an
cheap.
enjoyable film. I honestly don't think it deserves as much shit as people give it.
No.
Same as all the DC films that have come out over the last few years with Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and all that shit. It's like they're not bad.
But
They're not
Batfleck,
the worst films in the world. They're really not.
Ben Affleck as Batman, I thought was great.
It's fucking
I thought
awesome.
I think it's difficult for DC though going up against Marvel. DC done really well on TV. Marvel not so much. You know, Agents of Shield was. Well, I watched the first 2 series, and after that, I just got bored.
Adam West as Batman.
Adam West as Batman. There we go. Let's go back.
Aldous Robin. Caesar Romero as
Caesar Romero. Yes.
Yeah.
The other thing that people forget about DC as well, they do loads of animated films, and they are dominating big time in comparison. Because Marvel isn't doing anything animated at all. Like they tried for a bit, and it was awful.
They done. I tell you what, Marvel done a lot more Lego stuff.
Oh yeah.
Than anything else.
Lego Batman was quite funny.
Yeah, Lego Batman was great.
But yeah, so all the Marvel stuff, they done loads of little like Lego shorts and stuff. But yeah,
uncomfortable.
What? But was Lego shorts are uncomfortable? Yes, they would be. Chafing. No amount of liquid talc is sorting that one out. How off topic can you get?
That's the whole point of the podcast.
I don't know. I can't even remember where we started. Marilyn Manson, I think, was a trail into it, and now we're talking about chafing in Lego pants. Although Lego are releasing some trainers in collaboration with Adidas, obviously not made of Lego. Just Adidas decided they wanted some generic primary colours on their trainers and went, let's call them Lego style. So
I'm just visualising actual Lego shoes. Like,
no,
do you like being in pain 24/7? Wear these Lego shoes.
The
Like
insole's made of Lego.
the insole's made of Lego upside down, so it fucking hurts.
So no matter what you do, it's never going to be comfortable. It's always going to dig right at the heel of your foot.
You're going to walk everywhere like you're
The Lego rotates, so it's never in the same place twice. Just once you've got used to it. Fuck you.
Do you like the feeling of when you're walking at night into the living room and you step on a fucking Lego brick? Now feel like it all the time with with Adidas's new Lego shoes, who will consistently adjust. So there'll be a pain in the back of your heel throughout your entire day.
Just in the background, just see this guy go, "God fuck!" Lego and Adidas, "God fuck!"
And the plus size ones and the Duplo ones.
Plus size and Duplo kids versions.
That's cool.
Are you size 10 and above? Go for the Duplo.
Go for the big boy strings. Go for those, yeah.
Those would be the Dr. Martin ones.
Yes.
Oh.
And then if they partnered up with like Connects or something like that, you could start adding little spikes on the front of them. Meccano style.
The Playmobil ones would be a bit pointless. They'd probably just be plastic shoes at that point.
Just rounded off, safe for children. No one wants that.
I watched the Playmobil film.
Why?
It wasn't great.
Well, I assumed it was.
End of review.
That scores a.
There's a film I discovered this afternoon on Netflix because I love watching animated shit, even if it's kid shit. Sometimes I'll just watch it because sometimes it's good. Sometimes, some kids' films are actually really, really good, Disney and Pixar. But I started watching it and realised they looked at Pixar and thought, let's just take everything they've done and try and chuck that into a movie. And it's a Netflix original as well. It's called, was it Pets United? And the animation is, it's so off sync. It's so bizarre. It's like dogs in a city. Like there's a stray dog. He's in a city, and then suddenly there's a robot. He'll be his friend, which makes absolutely no sense. And
it doesn't have to make sense. The animals are talking.
Yeah.
But the problem is you don't know if people can understand the animals, or if
Oh,
they
right.
can't, it's almost like Stewie
Stewie
from
from
Family
Family
Guy.
Guy.
exactly what I was about to say. Yeah.
It's like,
do they understand him or not? I don't fucking know.
it's like I don't know. They're showing enough like animal body language for you to understand that anyway, without them talking. So it's like, don't make it confusing. Why are you fucking with me? It's fucking with me. It will fuck with the kids. Think of the children.
The children.
Always.
The
And the
best-
tagline there should never be, don't fuck the kids.
But no, I recommend that you do watch it and see how long you can actually last before getting a remote, chucking out your TV, and think, "Fuck it, I can't take this anymore."
No,
Turn off. Turn off.
You know the one that did me, the kids one that did me, Trolls. Oh,
You can't stand it.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you want to watch Trolls Rock Tour or whatever.
That
The second one
was-
is genius.
That was horrific. That was horrific.
I
might
don't
have had a
understand
fair
that.
to me.
Why
It was bad.
is it in all sort of like massive music films? Rock music is always the evil one out of the lot.
Because rock is evil.
Because
It's the work of the devil.
Maybe because it's noisier. I don't know.
Yeah. Because, if you've got to
question.
choose between Simon and Garfunkel and something with any kind of musical taste, then maybe it's that way round.
Yeah, I don't know. It's true.
Although Simon and Garfunkel
But it's a bit
quite
like
legendary.
in any American film, the villains are always European, aren't they? I
Or British,
I give you one.
but very, very posh.
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber. He was just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Couldn't-
Jeremy
couldn't afford-
Irons.
Couldn't afford Christmas presents, so had to hold up a mall.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
End
you.
of discussion.
100%.
Yeah, let's not even get onto that one.
It's the best Christmas
It
movie.
is the best Christmas movie. Shortly followed by Home Alone.
Yeah, Gremlins is pretty good
Gremlins,
also.
definitely.
Jack Frost.
Scrooge. Jack Frost. Is that the Michael Keaton one?
I think so. It's where the dad is like in a blues.
Snowman comes.
It's like in a big band version of Nickelback, and then he dies in a car crash and turns into a snowman.
Yeah, and he comes back as the Snowman, yeah.
A big van version of what?
Yeah.
Big band Nickelback.
Big band Nickelback.
Big band. Wasn't that Hinder?
Don't know.
That was a band. They were basically. Danny knows what I'm talking about. He must do. The band
Jingle All the
Hinder.
Way was a good
Hinder,
Christmas film.
Hinder.
What is a
Spell
good
it.
Christmas film?
Hinder. Hinder.
No.
No, so they basically sound exactly like Nickelback, just like didn't suck as much. But they probably would have if they were really popular, because people would have hated them just as much, I reckon. But the first track on the album that I've got of theirs is "Go Home and Get Stoned," because sex is always better when you hate me. Which
Makes
that's
sense.
always a lesson to learn, isn't it?
Saying that title is longer than most of us.
Most of our songs, yeah.
Speaking of Nickelback, have you guys heard their cover of "The Devil Went Down to Georgia"?
Yeah,
No.
it's comically heavy, isn't it? It's really.
He shreds. He's like a fucking
It's
guitar
like-
god. It's ridiculous. It's great.
I take it. Chad had no input in this at all.
Well,
Oh no, he does. He's fucking brilliant at it.
It's
No,
you listen to it, I'm like, yeah, and then you go, yes, all right.
Oh no, they've become cool.
Hats off. Yeah.
The
No, they
thing
did
is,
a good job. They did a good job.
Like the guitarist proper shreds as well. It's like proper like what's it called? A really fast sweep. I can't think of it now. Sweep picking.
Yeah, he got
He's like
like
proper
5+ XP points and his guitar playing and just went bananas on it.
Do you reckon because he got really bored of playing Photograph over and over again?
Just add it. It's,
I know how to play a guitar, but you just let me fucking play.
I really want to, because there's been a rumor for a bit, and I really hope it happens, that Nickelback do a bunch of Slayer covers.
Well, I don't know. I suppose if you're saying they can actually play properly, that might be quite good.
Yeah.
But
Well, why not?
why not?
Why not?
I mean,
Why?
weirder things have happened.
I
Everyone
found
that
something
listens-
out the other day, actually. Because you play guitar, don't you, mate?
Well, you do. Yeah. Nigel does.
Yeah.
I found out a few months ago that Nickelback, when they play in C standard or C something, they're using 17 gauge strings.
Yeah.
So you can't fucking bend anymore with that. It's just like, nah, fuck it.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something massively unrelated. I've just swallowed a shard of metal, which I've been desperately trying not to drink out of this pint glass. And I've just done it. I felt it.
Oh.
Sorry. I thought I'd just let you know that I've done it.
Scratch on
that is going to, yeah. I don't know if there's another one in there, but I definitely felt it. Sorry. Just in case you wonder why.
I'm genuinely a bit worried now. Are you all right?
I'll be fine. It's like a tiny shard. I bought these cheap little like can openers, but what they do is they cut the inner ring of the can out, so you're meant to be able to use the can as a cup.
Oh.
And I've done it, and there's a shard of metal in it, and so I've put it into a glass. And now I think I've drunk it anyway. So that was all pointless. But there we go.
Full circle.
There's another moment in the life of me.
That'd be all right.
I'm sure I could drink the rest. Oh no, there's another shard. I can see it.
Stop drinking out of it. Just grab a different glass.
No, I've got another can here. I might just drink out of the other can. This is the. I love that sound. It's a thing of beauty.
It's a very good sound.
It is. Sorry, I interrupted your 17 gauge guitar strings.
Yeah.
You can tell I don't play guitar.
I do like thick strings though. Like on the bass, I put quite thick strings on. You know, I just
I still manage to snap them.
Yeah, I do snap them. Well, that's why. I mean,
You can play heavy.
Yeah. What? No, I just play sloppy and hit them hard.
Oh yeah, that was it. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I've snapped like a few E strings on it, so I have to put the fat ones on it.
Oof.
You know.
I actually changed my strings yesterday. I think because I'm using 5 strings. I've got I think the heaviest gauge I had on there was like 140.
Yeah.
And it turns out that actually bent the fuck out of the neck. So I put 130 on, and it's just straightened. Yeah. Like the neck is now just straight. I'm like, oh, okay, that might have been a bit too tight.
Yeah,
just the touch.
For sure, yeah.
It's when you realise that you're playing with one hand 4 foot in front of you. I think this might be a bit of a buckled neck.
If I could play properly, it wouldn't be a problem. But I just like smash him.
Just watch a bunch of videos by Davey504. Sorted.
Yeah, that's true.
That was lost on me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
OMG.
OMG. I'm not a cool social kid. Sorry.
He's a funny guy. Do you like Aussie Man? Aussie
Man's fucking brilliant.
Aussie Man reviews.
Quality.
Destination fucked.
And do you watch That's What I Reckon?
No, I haven't seen that.
He now does a cooking show thing. He's done it through lockdown.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's wicked.
You can tell he's just a lovely geezer.
He taught Machine Gun Kelly how to poach an egg, and I mean it sounds boring, but it's actually really entertaining.
He's very funny.
He is very funny. Calls everyone champion as well.
Talk about YouTube channels. Have you guys seen a channel called Sexual Lobster? But is now called Greasy Toes. It's a guy. He does loads of animated stuff, but he does like little music videos now and again. Like he's got one song where he's like, "I'm a fucking horse, get out of my way. I'm a brutal force, I run around all day. I fucking hate goats, goats piss me off."
Nice. And who is this? A Sexual Lobster?
He was called Sexual Lobster, but as a joke, he changed it to Greasy Tails, and then when you wanted to change it back, YouTube were like, "No,
they wouldn't let me.
No, because your word has sexual in the name of it. We can't use that now."
So what's he now?
Greasy Tails. So greasy as in like, you know, what you rub all over yourself before bed.
Yeah. Greasy Tails. Here he is. He has 393,000 subscribers and 114 videos. Is this the bad boy?
That is the bad boy. You need to check out a song called "My Mother-in-Law is a Scorpion."
obviously. Why would
obviously.
you not? I love the fact that Bernardo, that one looks like a fun one.
Oh,
I'm a horse. There we go.
Fernando's
great
brilliant. Fernando's like his longest running character.
Fernando and the Grapefruit Black Market. That is in under the best ones. He says the cartoons I'm not ashamed of yet. The first one on there is Pleasure Island Final Climax. Sweet Boy Beach Taco Salad. I'll be watching these later. Oh crap! I've got cramp.
He's done two Dragon Ball ones as well, where one of the characters becomes a dermatologist. It's just worth watching. I think for a solid week, every time I went to bed, I would just watch like an hour or two of just his videos. Just
an hour or two. Most of these videos are 7. What? The longest is 7 minutes. The rest are 3 minutes. You must have watched his entire collection.
A man needs
I must have done at one point.
A man needs to sleep.
Yeah, there's so many of them. You've gone back to the beginning and can't remember if you've seen it or not. I'll just watch another one. And looped back round. It's only when you're singing it you go, I must have heard this one. I'm going to bed.
Your hands are locked into a claw. Yeah. On your phone, yeah.
Like playing Pac-Man. I've got cramp.
If you like that as well, there's one that is also quite extreme called Flash Gits, which is run by a guy called Tom Scar. He used to, I think he had another channel at one point, but he's one of the most recent videos he's done is the adventures of Musk and Rogan. So it's like Elon Musk and Joe Rogan, but in a setting like Rick and Morty.
And I hope he throws some well-deserved abuse at Elon Musk.
Oh, they both do. It's hilarious.
It's
very close on the. It's very much on the nose. It's very like.
Does it sail close to the wind?
Yeah.
You got what's that in your hand? A bottle opener.
Oh, what this?
Yeah,
no, it's a camera. It's a camera stand.
Oh,
I just got shit like this lying around. I just like playing about with shit.
Oh.
And it's lucky he's got that. He almost has his penis in his hand.
Actually, talking about penis.
Oh, he's got a little. He's got a little penis. Look. Is it a little squishy penis, Dan?
Like
yes. Because people are only hearing this on audio. No, I didn't get my dick out. I have like a little.
He's lying to you.
I have like a little figure that looks like a penis. I'm not making it sound any better, to be honest.
I was going to say, I've got a little figure. It looks like a penis. It resembles a penis, just on a small scale. You can put your pants up now, Danny.
Punish my lord, yeah.
That's naughty, sorry. Oh, stuff makes me chuckle. Anyway.
Yes. So what are your musical influences within We Punch Tigers? Remembering that we are actually doing an interview rather than
I forgot about
pub.
that. Just for 45 minutes of random shit. Literally everything and anything as influences. Well, I don't know if you'd put them all as influences, just what we listen to.
The Tony Hawk's Pro Skater soundtrack.
Obviously.
The Mallrats soundtrack.
Obviously.
Of course.
Clueless soundtrack.
This is where Nigel gets deep.
Grease 2 soundtrack.
Grease 2, only for Cool Rider.
Well, and Girl of All Seasons. That's a good one. Yeah, so quite a lot of that. A lot of like, I mean, it's funny because we like a lot of the what people would like inverted commas say like the classic punk. I suppose, like you said, Dead Kennedys, and then we go in for like Cock Sparrow quite a lot. We like all that kind of stuff, and then obviously, like the age we are, you know, you can't go far without like NoFX and stuff like that, and then
Green
like,
Day, Offspring,
that kind of stuff, and then you kind of put it in the soup and see what you get out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, we sort of go anything from, like, literally from gay disco
Oh, absolutely.
like Erasure and stuff like that. Like it's not an
100%,
insult because it's a
100%,
massive.
100% Erasure, Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything like with that kind
And
of.
that's the
performing.
party influence
Yeah,
bit,
definitely,
I guess.
definitely.
Yeah, all the way up to like you listen to like quite a bit of grindcore and stuff,
yeah,
don't you, as well?
I like grindcore. Have you heard
Is
of
it Slund?
Yeah, have you heard of Slund?
No.
Slund, brilliant. They had another album. I'm pretty sure it's just one fella.
I think the
I
closest.
stand to reason, but they are amazing.
I think the deepest band. The deepest band.
The
closest.
deepest one, man. Right, okay,
that word will come up in a second. I think the closest band I've listened to that is actually grindcore, or close to at least, is one more local bands called Deep Throat Trauma.
Yes.
That's why I said deepest, because I'm like, deepest. No, wait, no, I'm going ahead of myself here.
We met them when we done like not at a gig or anything. We was at a rehearsal when we was rehearsing up at the farm.
Yeah.
And this guy come past and I don't even know what it was. We was chatting to him, I think, because he heard us playing, like, and he said, "Oh, you guys sound pretty shit." I think there was a compliment in there somewhere, but that's how it started. And then he said that he was in like Deep Throat Trauma, hadn't heard of them, and they'd just done the music video that they've recorded on Southend Beach.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely wet my pants watching it. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, they're quite.
I love it. I love it though. I mean, a lot of people kind of turn their nose up at grindcore, don't they? But I like it because it's like bursts of energy, and then a lot of them are like, it's funny. It's like a half splice between like really political statements and then Beavis and Butthead jokes, isn't it? But you obviously have to start the song with a sample that you haven't had cleared, so you can't really release the song anyway. Yeah. You can only put it on Bandcamp.
You can only go on Bandcamp
and get a free download. Yeah, you can't make any money out.
Not allowed to. Yeah. Yeah, a bit like our.
But I've got a lot of time for grindcore, absolutely. Oh, Turtle Rage as well. I think they're from Germany. Turtle Rage are amazing. I love them.
Deutschland.
Das ist gut.
I believe they're German. I may have it. If I've got that wrong.
If they're not,
they're very
Austrian.
good. Turtle Rage are very good as well. Yeah, and Slund, two new ones I've been listening to a lot. And then you got like the classic like Agoraphobic Nosebleed, and then like Pig Destroyer, and then you got Nails as well. We were like kicking it out like a bit more hardcore, punky and stuff. I love it.
You realise you've just segregated anyone listening to this for like Uno Percento.
No. But like saying, like,
I love how you're going about like an entire encyclopedia of knowledge, and you got him sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck he's on about. I better just drink. Is it a good idea if I drink the rest of that metal for the rest of this?
You know what?
That's what I like.
It's going to make it interesting for me.
One day you go and put on like Erasure or Queen or Pet Shop Boys or Divine or something like that, and then the next day you're like, right, let's have some grindcore. Let's like blow some faces off.
Yeah.
And it's I think everyone's like that, aren't they? Really,
everyone's got a different selection of music, but I mean, I think, as I say, when it comes down to influence, I think it does sort of work in it because we try and do a couple of like thrash tracks. We try and do a couple of like, comedy tracks. We do a lot of comedy in the lyrics anyway. Well,
yeah, it's
mild humour. Yeah, mild humour.
Tongue in cheek in it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Cheek and tongue.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe your sex tape. But it definitely influences from everywhere. But,
that was good placement, by the way. I have to congratulate you on that.
Sorry, just snuck in there. Maybe
your sex tape.
Yes, but I mean, there's a lot of bands that people don't know, like within the UK and the punk scene and stuff that we listen to. But again, they're all that sort of. I don't know. I was saying the other day, there's so many different types of punk now that I don't really know where anybody falls. And we had this conversation about Cocksparrow yesterday, because Cocksparrow are down as like an oi band, but there will always be a punk band. Now, whether the genres have just been sort of muddled up so much now that I think everyone's just umbrellaed under the word punk.
I think as well, like a lot of influence comes from actually watching a band rather than just listening to it. So, a lot of the bands we've been to watch lately, I mean, I know Revenge of the Psychotronic Man have packed it in recently, but they were immense. our pals in Dog Rotten put on an amazing show every time you go and watch them. You know, if you don't know a single one of their songs and you go to one of their shows,
you'll be drawn in.
Half an hour later, you'll be buzzing because Dog Rotten are unbelievable.
You should check them out, Dan. Actually, they're like like a punk
dual
rap.
vocal, yeah,
dual vocal, it's very like Beastie Boys sort of. And they're just only over in.
It's intense. It's intense.
Where are they?
Oh, they're in Kent, aren't they?
Kent, yeah, that's it. By like the Blue Water areas.
Yeah, they're really good. Really good.
Yeah, they're
really
cool.
Good.
I mean, there's a band called Salt the Snout who I've listened to their music for a while, but we've only ever seen them play once when we played up in Oldham.
Oh, yeah, that was when the guitarist was ill and the drummer got, yeah,
the drummer got in. They said he got in a fight. He probably had. I don't know. Yeah, but their lead singer they nickname him Wilde Card, and he proper gives it his all. And they're like a bit of a party band, not with their music, but just what they do. They throw like big inflatables out, and they sort of like crowd surf on a giant slice of pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that things like that are quite cool. Like he was going around climbing over the tables. They were throwing tennis balls out, and that would have the name of the. I shouldn't be saying this because I stole that idea off of them, but they had the names of their songs on it and was just throwing them into the crowd.
Imitation is a form of flattery.
Of course it is, yeah. And then they didn't write a set list. They just went with that. So I done it. I bought a load of emoji balls, didn't I?
Yeah.
We done that, and it worked out quite well.
It worked all right, apart from the fact every 30 seconds we were throwing the ball out.
Yeah, we was throwing the ball out, and we was doing it at a birthday party of all places, and these two young kids were stealing all of the emoji balls, weren't they? Yeah. That's what it's like to come to one of our gigs, Dan. It's just a little bit crazy.
Nice, love it. So it almost sounds sarcastic. My pod just didn't mean for it to come out like that. So I was like, nice, fuck it, done.
Nice, not coming to one of those.
Easy.
I'm washing my hair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, clearly.
Clearly
I'm washing my
hair. Sporting the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, no, I keep getting compared to wrestlers. I've never watched wrestling in my entire life.
Which ones do you get compared
Why have you never watched wrestling, Danny? Come on, let's get down. This is where it gets deep.
Now, the reason I haven't watched wrestling...
Sweaty men rubbing each other in a ring.
The first reason is I grew up in Switzerland, where we don't have much wrestling anyway. So that's already...
You had TV and cable, right?
We had TV. We didn't have cable.
Okay.
But then someone recommended for me to watch Glow on Netflix.
Yeah.
I hated it. I ran it in the background and that was it. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
right.
but it's because you didn't understand it. I mean, I grew up watching wrestling. I still watch it, like we both do. We still watch wrestling all the time.
Yeah.
And it's drama, isn't it? It's soap opera for men. Well, it's not. It's soap opera for all ages. It's supposed to be, but it went from being sport to sports entertainment to kind of just becoming entertainment.
Oh yeah, but that's all anything is anyway. Like sports, anything like that. Beginning with like football.
Yeah, of course.
That's entertainment. That's.
Yeah,
I look at it as it's probably controlled by gambling results more than anything, really.
I think you're probably right. Yeah, well, look at all the shirt sponsors now. It's gone from cigarettes and beers to betting sites, hasn't it?
Yeah,
pretty much. That's why I don't bother with a lot of sports, because there's not really much sportsmanship at all. It's just, oh yeah, my guys against your guys. Yeah, look at me, I've got big dick energy.
Yeah, that's the bit I don't like about football and soccer is it's when people talk about it and they say, oh yeah, we're playing on Saturday. I think, oh yeah, fuck me, I'd love to see you on a pitch. And they're like, yeah, oh we won and we done this and we're gonna do that and oh fuck your team.
You can't get off your fucking couch, let alone run around for 90 minutes on a fucking pitch.
That's it. I've seen you walk up the stairs and be out of breath, man. You have not run anywhere.
Did you know, whenever someone says soccer, a middle-aged Londoner called Gary gets a stroke.
Walks around Tottenham going, bastards!
Oh, shit.
A little bit of him dies. Yeah.
What?
You got to do now is go like, I do believe in hooligans. I do. So you revive fairies, isn't it? Bless football
But
fans everywhere.
yeah, wrestling. I know the Undertaker, obviously.
Obviously.
I know of Ric Flair, obviously.
Woo!
Roddy Piper, thanks to Saints Row 3. Or Saints Row 4? One of the Saints Row games, because I know he's in there. He just like drop kicks people. He's like, this is fucking great. And because of the face paint that I do live, I have been compared to the Legion of Doom several times. And everyone kept saying this to me. Everyone kept saying this to me. I'm like, the fuck is Legion of Doom? Showing me a picture. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
This is way too close. How the fuck does... I've never seen this character in my entire life. How the fuck did I get this close?
Immediately bought yourself some American football pads.
That's it. Yeah, you should. You should get the American football pads with the spikes on.
The full Mad Max. Yeah.
That'll be a Halloween gig. I think I might do that.
You definitely
Zombie
should.
Legion of Doom.
That'd be superb.
That's pretty much what the Legion of Doom are now. Have you not seen the state?
Oh, yeah.
I thought, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know how wrestling works and I don't know how like teams and shit works. Was the Ultimate Warrior the Legion of Doom?
No.
No, so it didn't like change, because I know some of them changed characters, didn't they?
Yeah, no. Ultimate Warrior was always Ultimate Warrior to the point where he actually changed his name by default to become Ultimate Warrior. The guy lost his marbles, didn't he? Absolutely lost his marbles. He was in like a mental home for quite a while and stuff.
Yeah.
And then bless his little heart, he come back and he mended all the bridges that he burned during his whole breakdown and stuff. And he turned up at was it WrestleMania or something? And he got in the ring and he done this big speech about everyone's everyone's a warrior, everyone's Ultimate Warrior. You know, he is the people are him. And he died the next day.
Oh bloody hell!
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic? Oh, no.
Yeah, no, we're not singing the song.
Sorry, all right,
Oh, I just remembered another one that got mentioned to me years ago when I interviewed Kane, the Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik.
Nice.
Isn't he meant to be like a complete and utter loony as well?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But most of them were, depending on what age they are.
I think what's funny is we watch it for 2 hours a week or whatever, but they have to do it.
They live it.
Every day,
they live it, yeah.
Up and down the country, across the world, in a car, on a plane. They don't see their family. They go from like changing room to changing room to changing room for 20 minutes a night. End up bashing the poop out each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then have to take all the, I would imagine I would take all the painkillers I could so it didn't hurt. And then, what do? You drink a beer, try and forget about it.
Couple of uppers, couple of downers.
I imagine that would.
But then you get people like Sabu.
For a lot of people.
You get people like Sabu who become a wrestler just so that he could inflict pain on other people, because that was kind of what he done.
So basically, what you're describing is these guys live as Twisted Sister every day.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Just without the big funding from Vince McMahon.
Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a hard way, I imagine, to make it.
Oh, definitely. Did you ever watch the film The Wrestler?
Is that the one with Mickey Rourke?
Where
it sort of goes a bit haywire right at the end. I won't.
And he puts his thumb in the meat slicer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I need to watch that again. I watched that when I was like 14.
Oh, it's such a good film, and the thing is, it is really depictive of what the wrestlers go through. And obviously, he was doing it on like a smaller scale, the character he was playing. But
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see what they do go through.
That was a film I've actually seen.
There's two guys that I always forget are and / were wrestlers. John Cena.
Yeah.
That's because you can't see him. There's a wrestling joke for the fans.
But no, it's like it's so heavily into acting at this point. It's like I don't even view him as something from wrestling anymore. I just see him as like a normal actor.
Yeah.
But then if you don't mention The Rock next.
Yeah, I was going to say The Rock because I'm like, is he really a wrestler anymore? Or is he just like just an appearance now and again?
Yeah, he's like a special guest appearance, and the thing is, because he's Samoan, he's got a lot of family. Like, I think that's in inverted commas as well as in blood. So he sort of turns up and he coaches, some of the Samoans that they've got on the rosters and that.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of them do go from wrestling to acting and then back into wrestling.
Well, I suppose it is
because it is a form of acting.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's entertainment.
I completely forgot about Hulk Hogan.
Suburban Commando.
Yeah.
Oh, it was such a good film.
Mr. Nanny.
That's the thing though. Most of them, because a lot of them do films and they sort of fail doing them. The only two wrestlers that I can think of that were in wrestling and then actually became relatively successful in acting are Hulk Hogan and The Rock.
Yeah,
probably The Rock more so because
Yeah, I mean The Rock's obviously he's very current, isn't he? So he's still
some money, isn't he?
He's huge, yeah.
Really.
But the thing is, he's one of these. He's like he's an icon to people
For sure.
which is nice,
Yeah.
And
He's
I
such a good talker, though, isn't he?
He's motivational, isn't he?
Exactly.
It helps that
Everything's
he's built
got
like a
the-
shit brick house as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, I reckon I could have him, but oh, if you're listening, Rock, I didn't mean it. No, but yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Shows discipline, though, doesn't it? I suppose, like Hulk Hogan, when he was at the sort of top of his game, he was all about dedication and commitment and sort of being good and honest and having morals. And that's why John Cena is basically Hulk Hogan 2.0.
Well, that was his character. I don't know if that's what he was like in real life.
Well,
yeah, that was his character.
that was Hogan's character.
And,
No,
and
we all
then
know
Hulk
what
Hogan wanted to play bass in Metallica.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been fun.
Could play bass in We Punched.
No, you can't.
No, he can't.
You can't. Only because of his
Questionable views.
Yeah, exactly. Questionable views. That is a very political way to say it. Yes. I was going to say his massively racist outlook on life, but we won't go down that one. But yeah, yeah. The Rock, though, great. He's quite a good actor as well. Jumanji's are funny films. I thought they were quite funny.
I haven't seen it.
No, both of those were quite good.
They're okay.
He's done a lot of films.
I like what they've done with the direction of the Jumanji films, considering it's just based on a board game.
It's a video game now or something.
The second one is like they go into the video game. That's how they modernised it a bit.
Oh, okay.
They did a third one, didn't they, as well?
What?
Yeah, they did a third one.
No, so you've got obviously the original Jumanji with Robin Williams, and then they've
you've
done
got the Rock, Jack Black, the hot redhead from Doctor Who. I've forgotten her name
Chick
now.
Out Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh God, I've forgotten her name now.
Yeah, Chick Out Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't remember her name.
I want to say something Karen Gillan. That sounds about right.
We'll say yeah.
Yeah, let's just say
We'll say
that.
yeah
And
while I'm trying to subtly open my phone to Google it.
Oh, yeah, it's Karen Gillan.
There we go then. You clearly can type quicker than I can, yeah?
No, my other half heard me while she was coming in from work and decided to
Oh, did
correct me.
she? Hello, other half. Not that she can hear, but
The half.
got a big...
I am the other half.
I really thought you said the half at first. Well, that'd be fucking brilliant. Oh, Daddy, who's your missus? Jump in my car. Oh, the Hoff.
Because I'm a
Don't
true
ask the
survivor. Action. The thing is, that is the best part about that entire Kung Fury movie. David Hasselhoff's music video, Survivor.
I just think anything, including David Hasselhoff, is just whether you hate it or love it, you've got to enjoy it the same amount.
I appreciate the fact that he embraced the chaos, didn't he?
Oh, massively, yeah.
He just rode the wave. He could have got knocked off with all the messing around and that, but he was like, no, I'm going to go.
He just went, yeah, this is me. Yeah, I helped take down the Berlin Wall, but I will also sing a really cheesy song.
Yeah.
I will also do a TV show called Don't Hassle the Hoff.
Yeah.
Love it.
He's also done a... Have you guys heard the... was it the cover album that he did quite recently.
Yes, he did, didn't he? Yes.
God.
I did see it.
Where's he done?
You've
He's
got
done.
so excited.
I did see it.
He's
It
done
hasn't-
Open
it
Your
hasn't-
Eyes with James Williamson, Head On with Elliot Easton, I Melt With You with Steve Stevens.
He's done like a metal one in there as well, hasn't he?
No.
He did Here I Go
Well, and
Again
this is
by
on platforms
Whitesnake.
you can listen to.
Yeah.
He's done the song. He's done Sweet Caroline with the guy from Ministry.
That was it. Yeah.
But it's really soft as well.
Oh, dear.
The problem is it tells me the names of the songs, but not the actual bands that they're originally from.
Oh. See, I can't. Is this 2019 that he done this?
Yeah.
Open Your Eyes.
Open
Wow,
your eyes.
that is an amazing
because
cover.
of the From you. I thought it was an original at
amazing.
first because I was not aware that it was a cover at all. So good. This,
It's like
Lips Like
it's
Sugar,
like,
Flock of
it's like
Seagulls.
William
Look at this.
Shatner's covers, isn't it?
William
Oh,
Shatner's genius.
I was like,
Superb.
I am Iron Man. It's like spoken words.
I know his best one's got to be Common People, isn't it?
Obviously, Common
so
People was
good.
brilliant.
It's so good.
Honestly,
But you're
Common
forgetting
People
about
like
spoken
me.
word Space Odyssey.
So good. And you watch a video of him, and it's exactly what you'd imagine.
Go see.
Fag on leaning on a grand piano.
Yeah. It's like when Stewie does his Frank Sinatra, doesn't he? But it's
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
open bow tie, jacket over the shoulder, fag on the go.
Yeah.
Speaking of Captain Kirk, have you guys ever watched the Zack Wilde's roast?
No.
It's essentially they're ripping the shit out of each other, like especially him and Sharon Osbourne. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
Like this is
Is this
this
like
is
one of the comedy
savage.
roast things?
Yeah, it's like like everyone's roasting each other. I think Zack
Yeah.
Wilde's like, oh, here we have Corey Taylor, who's in a band that sounds like Nickelback light. It's like, fuck. And there's a bit. I think Shatner couldn't be there or something, but Shatner's like on his sitting by his desk. It's like, oh, Zack, you're great, all this shit, blah blah blah. And then Zack's wife comes out from under the desk, just like wipes her lip. It's like, yeah, we love you, honey, and shit like that. What?
Is that Naked Gun or is that Police Academy that happens?
I don't actually know.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. It's in one of those two films. I think it's on the Police Academies.
Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol.
Citizens on Patrol.
There you go, that one.
Oh, someone must know. I'm not the only person.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've watched all of those movies. I just haven't watched them in a long, long time.
I don't think anyone's watched them for a long, long time.
No.
I think they're quite dated now.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there's
they
certain
are.
scenes. There's certain scenes in it that will always be quite iconic. But the one that gets me, when they go into the Blue Oyster in Police Academy, they don't know it's a gay bar, and they go into it. That then reminds me of American Pie. Is it The Wedding, where they go in and Stifler has the dance off? That is one of the greatest scenes ever, I think. I love it.
That is another film series that has been really dated and nobody talks about it anymore. American Pie.
It's suffered badly, hasn't it? It's probably we've dated, but
We have dated. But I mean, you've got to think, when it
it's
came out, it was at the peak of like American pop punk culture. So the soundtrack really sort of went with it, and it went with that real. There was loads of American teen comedies out around that time, because you had things like started off with like 10 Things I Hate About You, and she's all that, and like loads. Yeah, I had fucking loads of them. I used to watch them all the time. And then American Pie came out, and it became a bit like a cult phenomenon to start with, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then I think they dragged it out a bit too far. I quite like the American Pie films, but it's when American Pie Presents films came out.
Yeah,
It's a bit like National Lampoon.
Yeah, but yeah. I think they sort of went down the same route, thinking that they could, you can flog something by just putting a title in front of it. But yeah, they were funny films though. I mean, who thinks to fuck a fucking pie?
Because that's the thing, right? Because the guy from that film, you'd think, oh, he's going to get like loads of offers. And he did for a bit, then he disappeared. Then he came on to Orange is the New Black, and everyone jumps
Orange
up
is
from
the
their
New Black, yeah.
TVs being like, oh, it's a pie fucker.
It's Jason Biggs, yeah. Yeah, you fucked an apple pie. Certainly not one from McDonald's, because that would have hurt like fuck.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. I used to work at McDonald's at one point as well. I know how fucking hot those things are.
They're horrendous, weren't they? And didn't they when you cooked them, they always got stuck to that little cage you had to put them in the fryer in.
I fucking hated
that
that
like
cage.
burnt hands, and they're like, "Can I have a pie?"
Pure lava.
You got to wait 10 minutes for it to cool down because it'll like melt through the counter if I give it. That's horrific.
It's like,
Why
it's
would you
the
wanna
most
eat it
intricate
anyway?
thing they have. It's like, why can't I just stick it in the microwave? Why do we freeze this shit?
Exactly. I mean, they're horrific anyway. When you've cooked them, they look like a burns victim. And then they're awful. Like, they're bubble, and then you touch it and it burns you, and it, oh.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
Just-
how much shit goes to make that? Because I mean, you deep fat fry it, and yet when it comes out, the sugar is still lovely and crystallised on the top.
I don't know.
It's not. It's not
I mean,
human.
as you'll remember as well, having worked at a McDonald's, I used to wear not platform boots, but like steel-toed
Cuban
boots.
heel.
Cuban heels, yeah.
I used to wear a Cuban heel.
Mambo number 5.
But the worst part is, you'd finish your shift, you'd get home, and then, like, you know, little creases you've got at the bottom of your boots, they're just filled with fat.
That's true, yeah. And they rotted your shoes, didn't it? It rotted your
It
shoes.
was full on fucking rot. You might as well. You just deep fried your boots there and then. They would probably last longer.
That stuff now runs their
Give them a
vehicles to
rhyme.
deliver.
Yeah, give them a rhyme. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was always petrol. You just never knew about it.
And your hands always smelt like the gherkins as well.
Mm.
But I quite enjoy working there. It's good fun. It's good. Apart from the apple pies, obviously, because they hurt. But,
Obviously.
you know, quite enjoy working there.
And the pancakes being lies. Like, the pancakes smell really great. Then you eat them, it's just like empty rubber.
Yeah, that's why you have to get like 7 tubs of maple syrup to pour over the or disguise it with a sausage patty. Because I mean, who doesn't want sausage patty with pancakes in the morning?
Name of your
No, I
sex
don't-
type.
Is that...
It was actually my Come Down Ministry of Sound album.
Now that would be a great name for a band. Pancake Sausage Party.
Anything with a sausage party in it is always going to sell well.
There's probably a grindcore band called that already.
It probably is. Yeah.
We are PSP. Pancake Sausage Party.
Done. Next track.
That's it, yeah. Yes, smother me in syrup and watch me go.
I think I don't think any quote ever beats one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's very early ones, which is, "I come day and night. I come all the time."
Oh, that gets sore.
And I bet he does. I mean, them veins have definitely got to be pumping something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Wow.
maid. He
What,
had
pumping
a
the maid?
legitimate kid with his maid, didn't he?
Well, it doesn't surprise me.
The thing
Although
is,
you should say that that's alleged. Is that not alleged? He is the governor, or he was a governor.
He's the
Getting
governor.
shot quite quickly.
Who's his wife? Who's his wife? I can't remember.
Oh, Mrs. Schwarzenegger.
no, I think she was a Kennedy.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
she was
Oh.
a Kennedy. But
Right,
no, the thing
Kennedy.
was, he's now divorced from her, I think. And
Yeah.
what happened was, people started then post. They kept finding pictures of his son. So you look at him, he's like, it's just a more tanned version of Arnie when he was young.
Whoa,
he's
can't
just
get a more
ripped.
tan version. What are you on about? You've
Is
not
it-
seen Arnie through the 80s.
What has his son been doing the weights as well?
Yeah.
Following in his father's steps. Fair dues.
Fucking
Why
hell.
not, I suppose.
A bit of random information about him, not him, but his family, Schwarzenegger's. his daughter has just had a baby with Chris Pratt. Is that right?
Oh,
That's yes.
It
that
is, isn't
right.
it?
Yeah.
So he has not only got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger, he got to impregnate his daughter as well. I mean, now you live life on the edge, don't you? You just got to be a real nice guy for the rest of your life.
Otherwise you get terminated.
Otherwise you get terminated. I would be back.
dude, like he looks way too similar to. Actually, he looks like a cross between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
You
how
need
did
to
that
Google
work
that
out?
shit.
That's
This is
a
great.
weird sex party. All right, let me open my phone.
Oh, that would
Because
be
I
great.
just
Fingerprint is-
googled Arnold's son Joseph, and if
Arnold's
you go into
son.
Arnold's son
Joseph.
Joseph, go into images, and it's going to be the first image that you see where he's like flexing. Like you look at him at side by side, and you're like, oh, they look really similar. And you realise like his face is really close to Sylvester Stallone's.
Yeah, no, he definitely has got that Italian stallion sort of face on him,
That's
isn't
incredible, isn't it? That is
Adrian.
incredible.
he? It's not my name. Jesus Christ.
Dan, do you prefer Schwarzenegger films or Stallone films?
Ooh, I like both of them for different reasons. I recently discovered Demolition Man.
What do you mean recently discovered?
I've only watched it like 3 days ago because I've never watched it
Because it was
before.
on Netflix.
Yeah,
Such a millennial.
I am a millennial. Yes,
That's a great film, though, isn't it?
it is.
The three seashells still haven't worked out how they work, and I've been watching the film for 20 years.
Actually, question: how old are you?
37.
37. Let me have a look. Because I think you are still technically a millennial.
Oh, no, one of them Zennials.
Oh, you mean Gen
I
Z?
don't know.
No, that's
Or
next
Xennial.
gen. That's the next generation.
Oh, is that
after me.
next? See how much I know about it. I think I just like to class myself as old school
I think
with a real new age look.
popped.
Yeah, the dog has just started. Again, not very helpful for anybody listening, but absolutely stinks.
Yeah, so millennials. Yeah, you're a millennial still.
Am I?
Yeah.
What was the cut?
No. Yeah,
Millennials
what's
are
the
between
cut?
23 and. Yeah, because a millennial was born between 81 and 96.
Oh,
God, I am one as well then.
Jesus. Oh, man. Damn millennials.
Don't worry, I'll teach you the ways of the avocado spread.
No, don't. I've got a 12-year-old daughter. She's already avocado smashing everything. She went through like a whole week of just like avocado this, avocado that, and then I went to work.
I don't think they taste of anything.
But they're all right. They're not
I
bad.
just don't know
But
what
I
they
walked
are.
into work and they're all like, they're saying, oh yeah, we need to start doing some like avocado stuff. Now I work for a butcher's, Dan. Right? So to be walking in and being told, got to start adding avocado to the menu, I was like, no, it doesn't really work. Avocado and bacon's real good, just not on a salad. I mean, come on, stop ruining food.
I just don't think it tastes of anything.
Well, it tastes of mush. I don't know. It's like a purple pear.
I just use butter.
Just use butter. I think avocado was only sort of really brought over here just so that Starbucks had something really cool to offer.
Are they quite healthy?
I think so.
Yeah,
but then it's going to be another
like
one.
quite healthy fats, but at the end of the day, anything food and drink wise,
It's going to be a natural sugars, though, isn't it? That's going to be off the scale, like a banana. Bananas are really good for you until you actually look into them.
it's all down to how much you have it. Like anything can be bad for you if you have too much of it anyway.
Like 10 beers.
Like yeah, like cider. God damn it! Oh.
So I got distracted. I got the laser pointer. My cat is. You
I was going to say, the cat just started like praying to your door.
I've been doing this all day because I work on phones. So I was like, pissy customer. All right, yeah, let you talk. Play with the
I'm just
fucking
going to
laser pointer.
entertain the cat. Sorry, madam, I didn't quite hear what you said. I was playing with my pussy at the time.
He's really confused.
Oh, two cats, or I've gone.
Yes.
Another cat
two
just
cats.
shat out the back of that.
He just gave birth to another adult cat.
Yeah.
That's it. Do not point that laser pointer at anything else.
Do it again, see if another one comes. If you do that again and another one comes out, that's brilliant.
Oh, I'm
Just
really
do it for piles
disappointed
of
that I'm not
money.
actually recording video at this point because this would have been brilliant.
Oh, your cat just shat another cat.
That's incredible.
Oh,
It's
love
like a photocopy of itself.
it.
Unbelievable.
With a mild glitch, it's got more white patches.
Oh, so sorry. We need to take your cat to the vets. We need to improve the day one patch.
Yeah. We need to also remove the other cat from your cat's ass.
Looks at the other cat. Oh, the textures haven't loaded. Give it a few minutes.
That's it. It's just buffering.
It's a breach. It's come out.
Yeah.
Like, oh god.
Can I ask how much memory you're using on your current hard drive?
Yeah, I can see what that is. It's corrupted RAM. We need to replace it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, your save data is going to be null and void after this point. Damn you, Microsoft.
Oh,
Brilliant.
breathe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Catch.
so talking about cats photocopying other cats out their asses. What kind of passions do you guys have besides outside of music? Rocksmith doesn't count.
Ah, yes.
Rocksmith?
Yeah. It's a guitar game on the PlayStation 3 originally.
Oh, I don't know.
It was
I
awesome.
didn't know.
You do know about it. You have a cable for it that I lent you.
Do I?
Yes, the USB cable to plug your guitar in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's so clever, but there's so many Twitch streamers that play it. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop, all of you do it.
Oh, they're the ones that like click.
No, that's Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
This is like
it's
proper
like
stuff.
Guitar Hero, but it adjusts to your playing level, and you're basically having to learn to sight read music, but like Guitar Hero.
Mm. Yeah, I got it when it first came out because I thought it'd be quite interesting. I thought, yeah, I could learn guitar, and then after about 2 weeks of playing it, I was like, yeah, I can't play guitar.
I bought it on PC just the other day, and I thought, oh, I've got an interface. My old interface is expensive. Let's just say that. Like that should work. So no, I can't find the interface. So it's like a poxy 30 quid cable beats my fucking audio interface.
Yeah.
I asked for a refund immediately.
Shit.
I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not paying 30 quid for a cable.
So I
within that.
release. I worked for Blockbuster, and we like really pushed for it to come out. And I was like, "Oh, dude, it's going to be so good. It's like Guitar Hero, but for like adults, for like the serious. You want to learn to play guitar. This is how you do it." And I had loads of people coming in to buy it, and then like weeks later, they're coming in going, "Oh, how far have you got on it? Like, you're doing really well." I'm like, "Nah, I gave up." I'm playing Lego Rock Band again.
I bet it was really expensive as well, wasn't it?
No, I think
You get a guitar with it.
No. You have to buy your own guitar.
Yeah, so
This is when Argos just absolutely sold out of all of the £30 black and white Fender replicas.
Because you've got a cable and you just plug it into your console. The cable just plugs into your guitar, sorted.
Straight into guitar, yeah.
They do, however, because it remastered it in 2014, mainly for PC, I think, at this point, and you can just buy loads and loads of songs. Like, I think each song is like £2.40 or £50 or something. It's like, that's more expensive than the actual song if you just bought it separately.
But the worst thing is when it's you think, it's only a couple of quid while you're starting it, and then you just end up spending fucking shitloads doing it.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. We used to do it with SingStar. The karaoke games. It's just like, it's only 99p. Oh, that one's 49p. Oh, that one's like £2. Oh, go on then.
You've already spent 50 quid just now.
Yeah, 50 quid later, and you think, shit, I could have just bought the other CD.
Genie in a bottle.
That's it, yeah.
The worst part
and then you realise
well,
just how hard it is to sing Panic at the Disco.
The worst part with the with Rocksmith as well is you need to have at least 2 guitars, because you have to tune the guitar, don't you? You need to tune it to like drop D, E flat, and all that shit. It's like, wait, I want to learn this song, but I can't because my guitar's not tuned right.
Yeah, no, you got to either retune or swap out You nearly need sort of two just to play one and smash the other one up in pure frustration.
Pretty much. Because I think I watched a stream a little while ago, and one guy's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna play this song." So that's in drop A. So it doesn't compensate for that at all. It's just like, oh, it needs to be perfectly in tune for that. No.
Yeah.
Drop A.
Yeah, it's
Oh
like
my god.
now for me,
It's ridiculous.
a trick that I have and a trick that a few of those streamers use is just use this drop tune pedal. So it's like, oh, this guitar comes out as oh, it's a standard. Oh, you need in C standard. Fine, drop it down 4 semitones. Oh, look, that's done. Ha ha, ha ha! I beat the system. I don't have to buy another guitar.
The wonders of a pedal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why people spend so much freaking money on them.
Covers up a multitude of sins.
Multitude of sins, indeed it does.
Is that the name of the new We Punch Tiger record?
Yeah.
The multitude of sins.
Yeah.
Hurricane Thunder Wankers.
I tell you what, the worst thing about our band is we come up with so many EP names without any songs to go on them.
That's true.
We've got a T-shirt that on the back of it in massive print it says, "I bet your arsehole is jealous of the shit that comes out of your mouth," which is like a brilliant political statement. And we didn't have a song to go with it. We didn't have anything. It was like, let's just call the EP it. So we got the T-shirts made, and then didn't even call the EP it. Didn't even release anything to go with it. It's just have that on the back of your T-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like with any of that, you can be embarrassed whatever you want to be. However, you will never live up to how the guy from Anal Cunt died.
Hang on, you have to embellish.
Oh, I'm sure you've heard of the extraordinary band called Anal Cunt.
Yes.
Yep. Their guitarist died because he was fucking about on an escalator. He fell off the escalator at the shopping mall and hit his head on a dining table.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is harsh.
That is a shit way to go, isn't it?
That is not ideal.
Not ideal. I mean, if I was going to play my random death.
Although, you know, that's the kind of band that would probably, the remaining members would get a couple of songs out of that
definitely,
situation.
yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, Jesus, that's horrific.
That is, yeah.
That is, always take the stairs.
Always take the stairs. There we go. If there is anything to be learned from that, always take the stairs.
Imagine how that funeral must have been. Just like, oh, he died because he was fucking about on the escalator. Like,
I imagine it was on the ground floor.
He died doing what he loved. By the way, no escalators, no tables.
Yeah. Jesus.
If you could just all hold your plates in a hovering fashion.
So he must have like fallen straight into the food court.
Oh, someone's Burger King went everywhere.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, that is horrific.
Before actually talking about Burger King, I just remembered this just before the stream came on, because I've got people on my Facebook from all political sides. I just watch shit, and he was outraged by this, but I just found it funny. In Finland, there's a campaign from Burger King. Something quite LGBT related, and it's just the Burger King mascot making out with Ronald McDonald, and I think it's just like next to it, you just got "Love is love."
That is genius. That poster should be everywhere.
I want that on my wall. I physically want that on my wall for everyone to look at.
The best thing would be Colonel Sanders in the background with a bit of a jealous tear in his eye, though.
Oh no, he's just sitting on the couch in a little dark corner watching, judging.
Yeah.
Just rubbing his 11 herbs and spices.
Weighing out his herbs and spices, yeah. I always thought... Right, this is going to show
KFC body lotion.
You know, I always thought, you know, on like the KFC side, it used to be his head and then his little bow tie.
He moves his little arms and legs.
Oh, his body. It's like a stick man.
Just like a giant head, like when you can't draw properly as a kid.
That's what I thought.
Got all the focus on the head.
Jumbo head.
kind of gave up halfway through.
Yeah.
I've got a really cool Colonel Sanders. Oh, fucking his arms and legs. There we go, done.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
Oh,
And
they're
then you
actually-
see that-
Talking about Colonel Sanders, I remember seeing a video of this guy. He's, I think it's like a DJ or something specifically for KFC. And at like big festivals, you know
Brilliant.
how they have these big, massive screens surrounding the entire stage?
Yeah.
It's got like, everybody get your herbs and chicken. It's just like actually turns into a fucking song, into like this hardcore dubstep tune. And everyone's losing their fucking minds.
Finger licking good.
Yeah, that was actually it. It's like finger licking
Put
good.
some
And it's like
herbs on
really
it.
heavy sub bass. It's like absolutely mental. And everyone who's just like
Wait for the
coked
oily
up,
bass.
like on psychedelics, whatever. Everyone's just out of their fucking faces, just seeing this chicken dance on the screen.
Brilliant.
Just cleaning themselves off with a little lemon moist.
Yes.
towel.
That smell like aftershock.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new T-shirts they've got in KFC? They're actually really cool.
What,
They're
you mean the staff? Or like
yeah, the
oh,
staff, yeah.
alright.
No, they're saying
like,
they're throwing t-shirts into the crowd now.
into the crowd. Yeah, they printed them at home.
That's it. I just throw them in your face as you go through the drive-through. Yeah.
Look how many people love us. No, they're like sort of 80s neon sort of inspired. So it's like chickens wearing like 80s clothes, almost like a Marty McFly style. They're just quite cool.
That is pretty.
There's no other relevance apart from they're quite cool.
I'll be KFC for ages.
I love a bit of KFC.
I
Can't beat
haven't
it.
had KFC since January, February, because I stopped doing the vegan stuff.
That's got to be awkward then. Oh, is that because of the limited menu?
Yeah, because it's like, no, I'm vegetarian, so it's like, oh, you can't have chips because they're not vegan. Well, I can have them. That's no problem. I don't give a shit, to be fair. But it's like, yeah, because
So
I think
why aren't chips vegan?
because they deep fry them in the same fat as the
Oh,
chicken.
okay, cool. Yeah, okay.
So it's like vegans are more.
But I got blown away then that potato was some kind of like. I was thinking, Jesus, what
because,
I didn't even know.
Yeah. They get
No,
a giraffe.
it's because vegans care more about cross contamination than anything else, really.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yes, so did the Germans. Oh no, that was different. Sorry.
Oh. This podcast is sponsored by Britain First. It's not. It really isn't.
It's really not. No. Yeah. No. Don't say that. You can't say that with your bald head and your beard.
Exactly. I just look like Steve Austin. It's fine.
That's it. Dumb. He is not racist. A legend. He actually is. He's a nice bloke, Steve Austin. By all accounts.
I never met him.
My cousin was dating his daughter for a while.
Doesn't she live in Essex? I
Yeah,
heard
she used to.
something once.
Yeah, her mum and siblings lived in Southend, and obviously her dad lived back in Texas. So, but I didn't know that he was dating her, and it was only my uncle kept sort of saying about it, and he was saying, oh yeah, like Veron's got this girlfriend, and her dad's offered him a job. He said, but he's like working on a ranch, and I was like, oh, it sounds like really cool. Why does he want to do it? And he's like, because he just doesn't want to work on a ranch. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then a good few months later, it was probably about a year later, and like my uncle said to me, oh, like, yeah, him and his missus broke up. I was like, oh, why is that? So, because she was going to move with her dad, didn't want to stay like in England with her mum anymore. And he was like, oh, I can finally tell you who it was. It was like, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin's daughter. And I was like, God damn it. They were like,
imagine, why wouldn't you want to work on a ranch by Steve Austin? You can chuck that
Well,
on
this is it.
TV.
I was just like, I would have taken the job. I'll go. I know it's got nothing to do with me, but I'll go and work over there. It's a Broken Skull ranch. He barely does any ranching. Just goes out and stomps mud holes. But
Like just
But yeah.
imagine you're going for this big tech job. You have no tech experience. Like what makes you think you're the right person for this job? Look at my CV. I worked on
Yeah.
Steve Austin's on this ranch. I think I'm qualified enough.
That's it. Boom. You're in. Done.
It would certainly
any job in the
stand
world.
out,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
What makes you qualified as president of the United States? Firstly,
Steve
I'm not
Austin.
Donald Trump. Secondly, I work on Steve Austin's ranch. Done. You're in. Although I think the first part about not being Donald Trump's enough to get you voted in. Let's not get political.
No, let's
Let's not get political.
This podcast is represented by the Green Party. It's not, but
It's not. Yeah.
politics.
I hope not.
It's all
Yeah,
good, clean fun, isn't it?
It's all good, clean fun. Nigel's going to urinate now. That's good, clean fun too. Nice. So what's going on with your band, Danny? Let's talk about you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm getting
How
interviewed now.
Parrilla?
It's nice.
Yeah.
So, no, we're still going. We've reset. We've got new bassist, new guitarist, so that's nice. That's all good. Recording an
Yes, because
album.
you got Chris Razorhead, wasn't it? Is that his name,
Yes,
Chris?
we've got Chris, the sexy, blue-eyed, long-haired German.
Yes.
But he's half Scottish as well, so that's all right.
But that's okay. You let him off for the rest of it.
He doesn't even know how to speak German anyway, which is actually quite
Oh.
hilarious. He knows how to
Fails.
speak Dutch though.
Almost the same, like a watered down version.
It's like Welsh. No, it's an interesting language. Norwegian, on the other hand, is very close to German. That's quite interesting.
A lot of them
Anyway,
are quite difficult though. Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
Parrilla. So what are you doing?
yeah, music.
What's going on?
as I said earlier, before this, I'm doing 2 solo albums, which eventually will
Yep.
come out. Who knows? Which I'm only doing on Twitch. Way. Parrilla, we're doing. We do have something charity related, but we are waiting for everything to be done. Then we do the announcements, etc., etc.
Mhm.
You know, so
Is that as in you're putting something out for charity, or you're doing a charity bash?
no, doing something, a charity
For.
release, so to speak.
Yeah. Nice.
I
Okay.
won't go too far into detail with it.
No.
Been doing a lot of location scouting as well, just for like certain areas and things. So like I'm really particular about anything like visual, so I'm like it needs to
Yeah.
be perfect. And due to us being a relatively small band, budget is very much an issue. So yeah, got to make everything cheap, produce at low cost. Let's outsource. Let's outsource it back to
everything's
India
sort
or China, maybe Korea. The members will be cheaper. And to be fair,
Members
those
will be
guys can fucking play as well. They'll just
Well,
make me feel like
it's good.
shit about my own playing.
Yeah, they're coming overqualified. You don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
It's like, okay, we need lead guitarist, bassist, and drummer. Can you guys do it? Yeah, could you learn everything within like 2 weeks? 3 days later, yeah, we're done now. Fuck,
Yeah,
I've
done,
not even
yeah.
learned, and I wrote this shit. Fuck.
And we've rewritten half of it for you and done the lyrics all differently. God damn you.
Yeah, we didn't think the way you wrote the tabs was very economical, so we changed that as well.
We streamlined it. And it only cost you 17 pence because it took us 3 days.
But yeah,
Not
no,
that we condone outfits.
But yeah, and yeah, stuff is happening. It's very difficult to actually get stuff out there simply out of the fact that you can't really create much. You can create things such as music, things like photos and videos and shit, is a lot more difficult due to the fact of social distancing and all that
Yeah.
nasty shit.
Yeah, see, I think that's where we fall short. Really, we don't really do music videos. Not because we don't want to, just because most of our songs are, well, I don't know, what, about 45 seconds long. So
Yeah,
to set
I
up a
think
full
so.
shoot
Well, yeah.
for a 45-second video seems a little bit.
Well, it'll end up being
Overkill.
cheaper if you think about it. You need less footage.
Oh yeah, you need less footage, but you still got to find the location. You still need something to sort of work around.
Yeah.
So the only way to do it is to sort of film a whole EP worth of videos in one day. But
Yeah, just do what But for Valentine did with their first record. Just keep reusing the same area over and over again.
Yeah, the back garden. That's pretty much as far as we can go.
Yeah.
Just be us on a trampoline.
Yeah, just do that. Just that's the next
like
music video idea. Just simply,
Be like the
the-
Empire Grove.
just the entire band just jumping on a trampoline for a good 20 minutes for the entire EP. Done, sorted.
Well, we'd have
Different
to jump on
angles.
it one person at a time because there's only a 100 kilo maximum limit on there.
Or might
Go
have to
on, live a
leave
bit
part of me
dangerously.
off of it.
Yeah. I'll let Nigel and Alex jump around on it. I'll stand at the sidelines just watching like a very supportive dad. Now, don't you hurt yourself while you're on there, kids, but make sure you have fun.
With that, is there? I'm thinking at this point it might be worth calling it quits. Is there anything that you guys want to include at the end of this at all, such as messages, releases, things like that?
I don't know.
STDs.
Well, I mean, we've got plenty of those to go around. I can't catch them twice. No, I mean, releases, obviously, we've just released home recordings from the Apocalypse, which is on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Everything we've done is on Bandcamp, actually. And I think you can get the entire back catalogue for about
20p. Yeah,
it's about £5.40 at the moment or something.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, we haven't got any plans for any releases.
We're going to try and do a covers EP, aren't we?
We are, yeah, we want to do a covers EP because we think, why not? It'd be quite funny.
Yeah, maybe a bit down the line.
Yeah.
Looking at possibly doing a 7-inch.
That's what she said.
see how it goes.
I was really thinking, like, which one do I pull out? Which
That's
the
what she
7-inch?
said.
That's what I'm pulling out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, yeah. Well, it's like, again, going back with the ironic, it's ironic. We always said about people that release 7 inches and it's like ridiculously expensive and it seems a little bit self-indulgent at times.
Yeah.
I'd say 7 inches is about average.
Yeah, it's not anymore, actually. National average is 5.5 inches. It's weird, the stuff you read on Facebook while Googling it to make sure you're okay as a man.
After you get the ruler out, obviously.
That's it, obviously.
Is that around?
Doing it, around, yeah. Like a proper
diameter. It's not length, it's diameter.
Just clarifying.
Yeah. But no, we've sort of, it's one of those like, oh yeah, no, we won't release a record. And I think the more we've tried sort of talking ourselves out of it, I think we've almost convinced ourselves that we should release something on vinyl.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
But we've got a feeling that, like yourselves, like we might sort of do some kind of charity thing with that, just so it doesn't feel so self-indulgent. Obviously, it'd be nice to get something on vinyl, but to be able to do something a bit different with it as well would be quite cool. But that'll be something a bit further down the line.
Do you know?
100
yeah, we'll have 100 records that we'll start giving out.
That's the thing. Like, you guys, do you guys have a newsletter at all?
Had a newsletter?
Newsletter,
No.
No, that might be worth something looking into because I was reading up on this a little while ago and we started doing it, but because we haven't played that many gigs, it's been practically useless.
Yeah.
But with newsletter, think of it like this: at gigs, people sign on to it. You give them a sticker or something, and they give you your email, with which you then stick onto newsletter, and then you can send it all out. Now, the benefit of that is, unlike Facebook, it doesn't get lost in an algorithm. It goes directly to their mailbox. Then, as well, you can ask questions directly, like, "Oh, would you like guys like T-shirts, or would you like vinyl, or would you like hats, or that shit? Just fill out the poll." Name was a sex tape, and shit like that. And the other thing is as well, like the big example is MySpace. You had all these bands with successful MySpace. Oh, this is great, fantastic. Then MySpace disappeared, and those bands are fucked. However, Facebook might disappear next week, for all we know. Emails,
Well,
they're not.
it won't. It's buying up everything, so it's pretty much staying around for a while.
Oh yeah, but Facebook could crumble, whatever. But email, that stays. That's there.
Mm. Yeah, no, I think it might be something to look into. I think it's what I was saying to you before. Like when we don't do things traditionally, I guess, because I mean the whole band concept to us is sort of we do it for. I know every band sort of does it because they enjoy it, but we just kind of do it as it started off as a hobby, a bit of a joke to sort of. We sat in a pub and said, oh, wouldn't this be a funny song title, and wouldn't this be something amusing to sort of to sort of sing a song about? And that's our whole concept has just been to sort of just enjoy it and just go from there. So the whole not creating it like a business, but kind of doing something to push yourselves a bit further is something where we lack on a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why, we want to do things like this to sort of talk to other people, just so that even if people just know the name of the band, even if they want to avoid us, so if they see that we're playing somewhere and decide they don't want to be in the vicinity that night, that's all right. That's cool. As long as they know who we are, I don't mind so much.
Oh yeah, I wasn't trying to push anything on you guys. It's just something that I found.
No.
That a lot of bands don't
like
do it, and it's something that would be. That's just when you get it going, it's so helpful.
Yeah. Well, as you say, with Facebook, it's all an algorithm. Like sometimes I'll post something on Facebook, and then I like look at the reactions to it, and it's reached we've got just over 500 likes on Facebook, and it's reached like 132 people.
Yeah.
And I think,
well, because they want you to pay for the advertisement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you just sort of think, well, this is a bit like it almost feels a bit redundant. Do you know what I mean? So I could post anything on there.
It is and it isn't. When you get down to it, yeah, you have to pay to advertise things, but you'd have to do that anyway.
Oh yeah,
you didn't have to do it before because
advertising.
like you always had to pay out for advertising anyway. But now, we've become accustomed that it's on the internet. It should be free, whether it's music, videos, art.
Oh no, I've got no problem paying for it if I had something worth promoting. Do you know what I mean? It's just when I'll sort of post a silly random update or something, because at the moment everyone's the same. Like no one's gigging. I mean, we were fortunate to have a gig a couple of weeks back in Colville for a promotion called Barking Mad.
Oh yeah.
And it was a socially distant gig. There was a maximum 60 tickets sold. It was an outdoor stage, one-way bar system, hand sanitizer handed out to everyone. Everyone's ticket was a mask. And no one had an excuse for not having a mask. It was brilliant. And the bands that played were fantastic. So we were really fortunate to be able to play a gig, because I know there's bands out there that haven't managed to play a gig since some haven't played a gig at all this year. And we've played a few. And we've managed to actually get a gig again in November for the same promotion, Barking Mad. Again, it will be a socially distant thing. No one knows when things are going to change.
Oh, yeah.
But it's things like that I want to promote, by sort of saying about like what gigs we're playing and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, maybe newsletters are the way forward.
Yeah, no, like personally, in regards of gigs, I've written gigs off completely for this year just because everything's getting cancelled left, right, and centre. It's not going to be the way. It's not going to be the way that I want to do gigs, because I think you've come to one of our
I've seen
gigs.
your
I think
gigs,
you came to that was the one
you like to sort of get out in the crowd. And
was that the one at the venue?
The venue, yeah.
Yeah, that one was a bit dead, admittedly. I didn't move around as much as I did because I think David had the gates at the front.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't see anything. Like, he smokes the fuck out of that room.
Yeah.
It's like, I kept looking, I'm like, are people still there? I can't even see people.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. You can't see nothing, but they can see you.
Oh yeah.
I realised that when we played there.
When you're up there. But yeah, no, I think that was the last gig that Alien Vampires at the venue. That was the last gig we had with the previous lineup. But saying yes, No, I was running around that. Yeah, I was thinking of that one. Sorry, because we played the venue, I think, 2-3 times.
Mm.
Sound's always been good there, though. It's absolute killer.
It's good. I like the venue. The venue's a good little place. Dave does really well with running that one.
Yeah, he's a good man, isn't he?
Yeah, we played there. We supported Vice Squad, didn't we?
Yeah.
There. That was great. Wasn't a massive turnout, unfortunately, but
They were lovely, weren't they?
yeah, the reaction we got, not just from the people that were there, but from Vice Squad themselves. They come over and had a good old chat with us because they were in the green room for most of it, weren't they?
Yeah.
And their guitarist come out, big guy, and he just come out. I don't even know what he said, but it was along the lines of like, "That's just the weirdest and funniest gig I've heard in a long time." He was like, "Thank you very much, sir. We'll take that."
Yeah, it's good fun.
But yeah, it's a good venue though, really nice venue. You know, people have got to start supporting local venues. It's getting to a point, especially with COVID. You know, some of these places aren't going to survive.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
And,
like, David rents out the venue from the people that own the pub.
Yeah, from the cricketers next door.
Because I think the last gig I saw there before David started putting nights on were people that I think were trying to buy out that part, but
Right.
or they had some kind of agreement. It was something like they couldn't make money from the bar, they couldn't make money from anything other than the tickets, and they still had to bring their own equipment, which seems a bit like a raw deal to me, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is harsh, isn't it? You know, you've got to be able to guarantee the numbers for the door, and the problem is when it's grassroots like we are, kind of, you've got to expect some nights you're going to end up with 20 people in there. Sometimes you might get 200 people in there, but it's just hard, isn't it? It's hard to manage it, and it's hard to judge it, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Just got to keep pushing on. It's a shame that it's really only sort of musicians that support musicians. People are quite happy to spend 70 odd, 80 odd, 90 odd, 100 odd quid to go to the O2 and watch a band that are being paid by the record company regardless. Yet they won't spend a £5 or £7 to come to their local venue to watch a local band that some of them potentially should be playing the O2.
I think the problem is I'm not very. I might not understand the concept properly, or it's just not getting through to me. I don't quite understand the whole concept of musicians and support of musicians, such as musicians are the ones that have to go to other musicians' gigs and things like that, because it almost seems, again, it almost seems redundant in the sense of they're not the people that are going to buy your merch. They're not the people that are going to be financially supporting you as such. It's nice.
Yeah.
The actual moral support is lovely. The thought behind it is absolutely fantastic. But when you get down to it, you're going to need people that come through that are going to be fans. People who, I'm like, oh my God, I love Tigers.
But this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a shame that it seems to only be musicians supporting musicians at the moment. And it's been that way for a little while. That's why some gigs can be sort of quite quiet, and you've got to really push yourselves to get a bit of a following. We're quite lucky. We're quite fortunate sometimes that, being the lovely guys that we are, we know quite a few people that we can sort of bring along to gigs.
But then again, that's the other thing though as well. It's like bringing mates to your gigs as well. They're very unlikely going to be converted into the people that are going to be supporting you throughout your journey. Like morally, yeah, financially, that's really dependent.
Oh yeah, but if you bring it's that whole sort of good review thing, isn't it? If you bring one person in, they potentially will bring someone else with them who will then tell somebody else about it, and hopefully they start to form a bit of a circle within themselves to get people along. Which we've got a couple of people that bring other people along to gigs with them, and we're quite lucky that we can piggyback on the back of some bigger bands around the country. And convert some of their fans to be our fans. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just a bit cynical and probably a bit of a hermit. That's probably why I'm verbalising it as I am, really.
Yeah, no, but sometimes it can feel quite against you, really. But you've got to say I'm quite lazy with the things in respect to some bands. Some bands really push themselves out there, and we've just been quite fortunate that we've we've met the right people, or we've been in the right group, or we've been at the right gig to get us a little bit further, to get us to know a few more people, to get us.
Yeah, but it's like,
about being in the band. You meet
You meet loads of people being in a band, and that's another reason why we do it. You know, we're quite happy to drive, you know, the breadth of the country to get to a gig that we're not going to get paid for, or we get petrol money for, and maybe it will cost us more to go to the gig, but we do it because we enjoy playing it, and we're trying to get more and more people to know who we are.
but that's the thing. There's not just one surefire way of doing things. Like you guys doing it. The way you explain it is you're doing it quite the old school way of play as many gigs possible, wherever possible. And that's a great thing to do as well, because that gets your name out there. That's spreading it around. You're networking. You're doing all this extra stuff. So where you're battering yourself in relation to, oh, we're not doing this, this, and this. You guys are doing all this other stuff, which is equally as important, if not more, at certain points, depending on what kind of band you are.
Yeah, it's horses for courses, isn't it? You know, everyone's got their own sort of style, and I think we just, we pick up on the bit that we enjoy about doing it. You know, to some people it's the music writing process, to some people it's the gigging process, to some people it's the recording process. For us, it's just being out there. It's for just being within a group of people.
Excuse to hang out with your mates.
It is. It's an excuse to hang out with your mates. And I mean, you know, if anyone's seen us sort of play, we drink while we're playing. You know, we do a segment every third song where it's everybody drink. And that's basically so that I can have a drink and try and sort my throat out a little bit. But it's to build a bit of camaraderie within a crowd, and we hope that people sort of pick up on that, and then they're kind of like, oh, you guys were funny. The music might not have been to their taste, or the gig might not have gone perfectly. Some bloke said the other day, that was fucking crazy. He said, enjoyed it. He said, but you guys are just fucking mad. You know, because we played sort of like 4 songs, one after the other, which it sounds like a lot to some bands. It's not, because it probably only totaled about 3 minutes. But there's no real sort of manic structure while we're on stage, is there? We like to have a drink, we like to have fun with it, and then we come off and we'll talk to people if they want to talk to us, and then I'll go around, get drunk, and try and convince people to let us play their barbecues or their birthdays or bar mitzvahs
or weddings.
Exactly. We're open for. We've played a birthday party before in Somerset. That was fantastic. But yeah, we're quite up for anything.
Yeah.
So if you want to book us. Yeah. There you go.
Fantastic. Right. And yeah, I think this is actually a perfect place to actually stop the podcast. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on, guys.
No worries. Cheers for having us on, Dan.
Very kind of you, mate.
No problem at all, guys. No, I'd love to have you on again at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, once we've got something new to push out to the masses, we'll let you know.
Brilliant.
We'll get something done.
Right. Stay safe, mate. When you're
Take care of yourself, Danny.
All right. See you later. Bye.
See you later.